I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Coffee and Chip and Ghosty.
Shout out to the big homie Ghosty. If you want to get a Ghosty plush doll, let us know.
Super cute.
Because we can make that happen
Yeah,
for you.
they custom make them so you can have another little guy if this one doesn't suit your fancy.
Yeah, it's not our company at all in any way, shape, or form, but they're friends of ours. And
That's
so,
why. See, we can make him do the sorry.
Plush all. And he's rocking a Sori secret shirt.
He is.
A white one.
You can get one too if you look in our description.
Yeah, a white Sori secret shirt is mega limited edition. I had that for the big homie Charlie. I gave Charlie.
She's the only one.
Charlie is the only one on the planet Earth that has a white Sori secret shirt.
Yep.
So, sorry.
I'm
but
pretty
other
sure
than that,
you can order it in white though.
Really?
Yeah, if they go in our thing.
Well, Charlie, you're the only one currently that has one, sweetheart. So don't worry about it.
We had like a little shop that's right by where we live, and that's where Charlie's came from.
Right.
The rest of the gear is coming from another location.
So you have a mega limited edition.
It is. We literally had our hands on it.
I think we signed that one too, didn't we?
I'm sure we did.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So hers is still mega limited edition. Okay. A Door Between Worlds. This band can be found.
This is a local band.
This is a local band, which is what that original tier was for.
Yep.
The $75 partner tier. Headed up by the big homie Jeremy Hayes.
Is the one that picked this. Yep.
And these guys are available
No, I
where?
don't want you to read everything.
On Apple Music and all that
over
stuff?
the place. I'm going to post all their stuff in the description on this video.
Okay.
So you'll be able to find everywhere that they are on all their socials and stuff like that. So,
yeah, so this is a local band. The $75 tier gets it so that bands that normally wouldn't have got a reaction get a reaction. So,
yep. And the lyric video was created by Pathogen Designs, which I'm not familiar with that place, but apparently he wanted us to know that. So
we might use them.
Shout out to them. Oh,
Pathogen
yeah,
Designs,
actually.
We might actually use them for one of ours.
Depending on how we like this video.
Yeah, no pressure. Also, I reached out to Ancient Ruins, and he actually thanked everybody for the feedback.
There we go.
So, that is a person I'm like, okay, he's going to be successful.
Yep.
Because, sometimes villagers can be absolutely brutal, but he took it in stride, and he told me he's actually investing in a producer.
Cool!
And,
oh, wow, that's cool.
He's going to be back. So, big shout out to the big homie, because,
yeah,
that's really the difference between a successful person and a non-successful person. So, shout out to you, my homie. Okay, Door Between Worlds, the taker, let's do it.
Go. All right. What do you think it's about?
Seems like it's about either a person or a substance. I think it's about a substance. It's about alcohol.
He did say...
It says thief of memories, thief of family.
He did say that it's a concept album.
Okay. I see.
I think it's about... Do you have more to say?
Well, obviously I have more to say, but I want to hear what you have to say so I don't steal your thunder.
I don't think you will.
Go ahead.
I think it's about somebody that has, like, maybe somebody's Mima or something that has...
Somebody's
like,
what?
Mima. It's like a grandma or something with Alzheimer's. And because Alzheimer's will do this to somebody.
Really?
Yeah.
You think it's about Alzheimer's?
I do.
Do you have intel on the song?
I think...
You must have email... You must have...
But I made you say your humiliating answer. It's not alcohol. It is Alzheimer's. He told me.
I don't feel humiliated at all.
You always know what everything's about, and I never do. So when he told me it was about Alzheimer's, I was like, I'm not going to tell Vin. I'm just going to come out looking like a hero. It's like, I know what it means.
No, that's original.
Yeah, and well, it's actually pretty cool. Like, he created a... that's why I didn't want you to read this. The album is a 14-song fantasy-based concept album where there are many doors or portals that the main character travels on his quest. The Taker is a creature or demon that is a guardian and knows that mortals are not supposed to travel between worlds. The Taker has the ability to leave his victims in catatonic state, trapped between worlds, reliving the past, present, and delusions simultaneously. I wrote the album while watching my Mima slowly die from Alzheimer's. I took the disease and personified it into a literal monster. That's what the Taker is.
Jeez.
So sad. Like,
some people are so talented.
But I was like, That's really cool. Like, if his Mima knew he did that, I bet she would be so like...
I'm sure somehow she knows, inshallah.
Yeah, but if she could see him face to face when she finds out, that would be cool.
Right.
You know, because I think it's a really cool... But it is a crazy concept because I don't know if you've ever seen anybody... Have you ever seen anyone with Alzheimer's?
No.
You know what? Honestly, because everything is so tragic with the people that surround you, nobody lives long enough to get Alzheimer's.
Thanks for sharing that. But yeah, it's true.
I know it's true.
That's what I was thinking when you asked the question.
Yeah.
Nobody's around long enough in my family to have Alzheimer's.
But it's sad because they don't remember, like, you know, who they are. Did you ever see The Notebook?
No.
Oh, you never did? I wonder if I could convince you to watch it.
Probably never. Probably never.
Maybe we can make a deal. Anyway.
There's nothing you could give me that would make me watch that movie. I would consider that.
It's the exact opposite of whatever you're thinking.
that would probably do it.
So yeah, it's really tough watching somebody else going through.
You have? Somebody's had
my Mene had. She had like it.
Hey, that hurt.
Kinda, yeah, it was like kind of coming at her, and it was going to get progressively worse. But she passed away before it really got too bad. But I saw, you know, because I worked in the hospital, I saw people in that situation a lot. And it was sad because they wouldn't remember their family. And they wouldn't remember, and so their family would come to visit them, they wouldn't know who they were. But since you were caring for them day after day, sometimes they would recognize you and think you were their family and not their family.
Oh.
Yeah.
Damn.
Or they would call...
That's tough. And
this would actually happen a lot, and maybe I'm wrong for doing this. So when I first started working with Alzheimer patients, they would say, you know, somebody might say, Jenna, and then I would say, oh no, I'm not Jenna, I'm sorry. And then it would like agitate them more. So then I started just saying, oh, hi, and just like playing into, like I wasn't trying to toy with their heads, but it seemed that it was easier for them if they just thought Jenna or whoever had actually come to visit them.
Yeah.
You know, and then I would just look at the things that they had in their room and ask them about it. So if I saw rosary beads, I'd be like, have you been doing your prayers? And you know what I mean? Stuff like that, just to have that conversation with them. And then, you know, but it's sad, you know, and it's hard for the family, you know, like, I don't know, you know, if Jeremy landed in this situation, but sometimes people with Alzheimer's, they don't remember their family, so when you go to visit them, you know, they don't know who you are. Like, especially if it'd be your parents, I think that would be extremely difficult. Or, you know, your spouse. Like, that would be very hard.
Yeah, thief of memories.
Thief of family, because it takes you away from your family. And the other thing, too, is sometimes their family was visiting them every day, but because they couldn't remember, they felt like nobody was ever coming to see them, even though they were getting people seeing them.
That's brutal, man.
Yeah. And then, you know, when the full moon would happen, things were different.
Really?
Yes. That's what made me say the full moon thing is not bullshit.
Because you saw it.
Oh, yeah, there was a difference.
That's so
They'd get out of their beds, they'd go down the hall, there were all kinds of stuff. Stuff was different. Stuff was definitely different on a full moon. I didn't work with the Alzheimer patients for very long. Like, that was just when I was, like, in my training and stuff like that. It was too hard for me. I couldn't, like, I don't know. I think it was just...
Yeah.
That's why I ended up at the rehab unit, because I wanted to see people getting better and going home. I didn't want to see people...
Right. Shout out to everybody who cares for people in those situations, man. That's God's work. Nurses,
CNAs, doctors... You know, that is
I bet that's a very thankless job.
Of course. It's tough. Sometimes they're combative and, you know, it's tough. But you know that their mind is, they don't have their mind as they once did. I remember, you know what I used to think? Because before, remember, obviously you guys know we're Christians, and I used to think that, like, you know, I thought that once you were, like, belonged to God, like, you could lose your salvation, you could land in hell, depending on what you did, if you didn't perform well enough. I was always like, oh my gosh, like, what if I get, like, Alzheimer's, and then I, like, curse God in that state, and then I don't know, and then I land in hell?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't that a crazy thought to, like...
I asked you one time, like, let's say that you're driving and you got distracted, and then you said, "Oh shit," and then the car hit you, like, and you were like, "I don't know," and I'm
Yeah.
like, I'm like, that's a really fucked up religion you have there, Miss.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good Lord. This is okay. So now he's writing from the perspective of the affected person.
Master, what shall I think? Master, what shall I believe? That.
Yeah, because he
Yeah.
says, "I'm trying not to forget."
Yeah.
You know, it grips your mind.
Yep.
And then, you know, he's kind of going between the narrator and then the person, the subject.
I thought this part, where was it? Right here. It's feasting off the blood I bleed. I thought that was crazy.
Do people bleed in Alzheimer's? What is that?
No,
How does that work?
Well, I don't know what he meant by it, but for me, it was just, you know, when you have a disease or you have something, it's like it's inside of you. You know what I mean? And it's taking over you. But you need your blood to survive. But it's living inside of what you're living from, and so it's like, I don't know, just a no.
That is a brutal freaking disease, bro. Mm-hmm. God Almighty, that's so terrible.
Yeah. They wouldn't remember.
There were. How did they classify themselves? Like what genre of metal?
I'm not sure. They're from Tennessee, East Tennessee.
This sounded a little new metalish to me, and I don't mean that in an insulting way. I mean it in a good way because I'm a fan of new metal. But
I don't think said, yeah.
There were certain elements of like new metal, especially like the end, that ending sequence. Like that's one of the things I liked about new metal was that bands were encouraged to experiment and do weird stuff, and sometimes it worked, most times it didn't. I felt like this one did. Like anytime we've listened to so many songs.
Yep.
Like when your career is listening to songs, like you start being like, oh man, would somebody attempt to at least try to do something different?
Right.
Please.
Right.
And so he did.
Some variation.
There was a lot of variation there. It was kind of like new medley, and from that perspective, I really, really enjoyed that.
I would say the same thing to this group as we said to the last band that we did. As far as the production, I need the volume turned up on the vocals. That was my opinion. The vocals were too low.
Well,
I'm a vocal person. Like I want to hear the vocals higher than everything else.
There was the main riff that I wish there was a little bit more variation in tempo. Mm-hmm. Like as far as like speed it up a little bit because it was kind of. I agree. You know, that was one of the things with new metal. They would do 3-minute songs, so you could kind of write a riff for 3 minutes.
Right.
See what I'm saying? So, like, if you're gonna make a song a little bit longer, I'd have liked a little bit more variation in the tempo. Mm-hmm. But right as I thought that, they changed the tempo. Not like.
Yeah, but I kind of wanted to get some.
Yeah. Like the Gojira song we saw yesterday, it was like.
Yeah.
in the face. But this one was still good.
What was the name of that Gojira song?
Blood and Salt. Of Blood and Salt.
Blood and Salt.
Like that.
Just in case somebody's like, I wonder what Gojira one it was they were talking about.
So this one though was good. To push it up to that 9.5, 10 spot, I would have liked a little bit more variation.
Yeah.
The video was crazy, especially like toward the end.
Yeah,
when they had the guy
job.
standing over the precipice.
And all the people were underneath.
Oh, was that people? I just thought it was stars or something.
Oh no,
it's like a galaxy.
I don't think that has anything to do. I think that is the creator of this. That's his.
Oh, is that his sign off?
I would say so.
Are you sure?
But if you look at did you see where like that the taker was like on top of those people?
Right. So
that
like
was pretty crazy.
the take, it was really interesting because
it says Pathogen Designs. I don't know.
I don't know.
It might not be. Maybe it is part of the thing because it fits with that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I love that.
Yeah, because it's stuck between worlds.
Yeah. Right.
And it must be part of it.
Yeah. So the video was really, really good. Shout out to this. But they were centering the taker throughout most of the video, which is kind of crazy because Iron Maiden has this character. I forgot the guy's name.
Yeah.
But Iron Maiden kind of has a character that like follows them everywhere.
Yes.
So I thought that was really, really interesting. See, he's got the little. Yeah. You were looking at that at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of detail here.
It was the time, like the sand. The
sands of time thing. Yeah. There's a lot of details here that
your time is limited.
I like videos where like you have to watch it again because you'll miss stuff. It was like that. There was that rap video that came out last. This Is America.
Yep.
And there were so many.
Gosh, there was so much to see in that
little details that you missed. So shout out because they mentioned Pathogen studio, so I wanted to make sure that I commented on the video too.
Jeremy did. He says that he does. He sings and he plays the guitar in this band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's very active. And it looks like he's also the contact guy.
Well, yeah, he's the mastermind.
And we found the mastermind.
The masterminds always reach out to us. Like it's crazy. Really, really, really. What do you get the song?
I think I'm gonna go with an 8. I have like 2 scales. One is like professional people that have been doing this forever, and then I judge the other ones like like these are local bands. They're on 2 different. So like if I give like I don't know how to explain that because I definitely like this one better than Peace Sells. I don't know. Go ahead.
The legendary song Peace Sells from the legendary band Megadeth. Good night.
I should listen to that one again. I should give that one another
I actually looked at our video of Peace Sells last night, actually.
Did you really?
Yeah. I just wanted to see. And I'm like, this girl's crazy.
How dare you say that to me?
This is an 8.8 for me.
What? I gave it an 8, right?
You gave it an 8. It's an 8.8 for me. Okay. If I'd had a little bit more variation in the tempo, it would have got us into that 9 level. But
see, the vocals would have had to be louder and some variation of tempo for me, and then I would have gone up in the 9s.
I felt like the vocals are okay for me. The vocals were good for me. But you want emphasis on the vocals.
I want to hear more. Yeah.
Lyrically, I think it's crazy. I wish we had enough time to listen to all the concept albums in the world because, I am a huge, because I think it's extremely difficult to write concept records. Like it's hard. And so like when people go for that, I'm like, man. So that gave it a 0.1, this extra, but he did a really, really good job at it.
Plus, I always think it's cute when people call their grandparents by like the actual name that they use, even if it's one that people would be like, what? Like whenever I went through a phase where I wouldn't call my meme publicly, I would say my grandmother because I didn't want people saying, meme? What's a meme? And it sounds weird when other people say it, like, what's a meme? What do you mean, what's a meme? It's a person. So I would just say my grandmother just to skip that embarrassment. And then I started getting past that, and then I was like, no, like, and then I almost had like some pride in saying meme because it was like, no, that's like my French roots, like meme. So when he put Mima, did I pronounce that right?
Did he put Mama? I thought he said Mama.
I pronounced it wrong, I think.
Right
Where
there.
is it?
Mama.
Mama.
M-A-M-M-A-W. Shout out to the big homie.
That's so cute.
Shout out to Mama.
I honestly wanted to just like the song right off when I read that.
I know. It never ceases to amaze me. Like Shannon Sharp from the guy's a Hall of Famer. He still talks about his grandmother every other show. Like
some grandparents are.
And I still talk about my mom. Like there are just some like that.
Some people that just. Yeah.
It's just it's a beautiful thing.
So don't forget, in the description, his Facebook, YouTube channel. Oh, they've got the YouTube channel.
All the
Spotify,
socials.
all kinds of stuff.
All their socials are going to be there. Check them out, for sure.
You can order CDs or whatever. So don't forget to check them out and post in the comments what you think about them. Give them some feedback. Give them some love.
For sure.
All right.
Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.